Hello everyone, this is just a quick first impression video on Tighnari because it will take me some more time to get him on higher investment to do a proper guide. Of course, on this very budget build I have right now, I can't really compare him to other characters because in terms of damage he will obviously fall behind until I level him up some more and do the same for the talents. The main thing I want to go over today are team compositions and synergies, because honestly he seems way more restrictive than I initially thought. First of all, in my previous videos I missed something very obviously. Tighnari doesn't do any normal attacks. I even compared him to Ganyu in that sense, but it still didn't click. For some reason I suggested characters like Jingzhou who only trigger on normal attacks. So yeah, that was completely wrong and it straight up doesn't work. With that, we are only looking at sub-DPS characters who deal periodical damage unconditionally, like Zhangling, Yae, or Fischl for example, for obviously a burn build or quicken build. Tighnari has kind of high Dendro application, so the aggravate team is kind of like expected it to be. You will likely enable Yae or Fischl with aggravate than the other way around. For a spread team, you kind of need either double Electro characters, which obviously isn't worth it in my opinion, or you pick another Anemo character to increase the Electro damage further and get the Electro infusion to have enough Electro application to trigger spread with Tighnari. Now for the burning team. For this we obviously need a Pyro sub-DPS character and the only viable option seems to be Zhangling. The burn elemental reaction seems very underwhelming though, the damage isn't great at all, so you really are aiming for Burgeon. For that we obviously need a Hydro sub-DPS character as well. The problem is Zhangling has pretty high Pyro application between both of her skills, and usually that is not a problem because you have characters like Jingzhou who have even higher application rate. Now if you play Mona for example, more likely than not you will end up triggering a lot of Vaporize instead of Bloom, which is obviously not the game plan here. Maybe Kokomi does better there, I don't have her so I can't tell. In general it seems to me that Tighnari is still lacking some potential supports who can enable him. Nilou, for example, seems to be a strong contender to make a Burgeon build work. A lot of her skill kit is centered around Bloom, so it would be weird if she didn't have good enough Hydro application to trigger it. So to quickly recap this, the only team I'm comfortable to suggest as good and consistent right now in patch 3.0 would be a Quicken team with Aggravate or Spread elemental reactions. To give you some examples, first of all we have an aggravate team with Yae and Miko for example, and obviously both of these characters have elemental mastery scaling and Albedo has an elemental mastery buff, and you get Geo-Resonance with Zhongli as well and he shreds resistances to everything, so there is a lot of synergy going on right here. Otherwise you could pick something like for example this team with any Electro sub-DPS character, any of the Anemo sub-DPS characters and Bennett as a healer for example, and you infuse your Kazuha with Electro and you get enough Electro application to actually reliably trigger spread with Tighnari. This is the other option. You can obviously just replace some of the characters like Fischl and Sucrose, you can play these for example, but in theory, this sounds a little restrictive, so Tighnari is way less flexible than I expected him to be, and that's kind of a big downside in my opinion. Alright, that's it. Hopefully this was kind of interesting. If you figured this character out, let me know in the comments. I think he's fun to play, so I'm interested in finding different ways to use him. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos. Until then, have fun and bye bye!